In Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. This one taken from the 7. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
On second down, it's Jones. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Demarcus Lawrence. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. They'll pitch it out to Jones. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And Crosby puts it through, and the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's got room. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play here for the Cowboys. 43 yards. And they'll go with the ground attack here. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. On 2nd down, Elliott. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
They're not going to kick it. A chip shot, but they're going for it down 3 on 4th down. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They're not going to kick it. A chip shot, but they're going for it down 3 on 4th down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tavon Austin, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And it's up and good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7th. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Over the middle, it's caught by Adams. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Throwing is Rodgers. And incomplete. An excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But 2nd down instead.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage. Especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be...
This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. They'll try and run it in with Jones. No gain on the play that time, so a big... Big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. And that'll set them back 5. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Crosby puts it through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
The 1st-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got a little Tavon Austin. He's going to go. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tavon Austin with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. David Irving busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And that's Elliott, complete. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. And his kick is right through. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And left side here, it's Graham. A good pickup there at 22.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Rodgers now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. On play action. Now Rodgers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jalen Smith coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. On play action, Rodgers. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. David Irving coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Now Austin. So 1:51 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They start on the ground with Elliott. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got Moncrief. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
19.
On 1st down, Wilson. And the grab by Croft. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Muhammad Wilkerson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. To throw on 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but it looked like a Packer. Yeah, Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. Their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Wilson. A dump off to Elliott. Fighting through, and he's got space. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his leg. And his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field. That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, Wilson escaping the pressure right. Gets it to Gordon. And shoves him off at the 20. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And they'll go on the ground. Mike Daniels makes the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Tempo, baby, let's go. Let's go to work. Come on.
They'll give to Elliott. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And they got the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. He finds an opening past the 40. And he gets this one down to the 24. A big run there by Jones. 47 yards. And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touched, not a finger on him, until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined. No one touched him at all. A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there.
319!
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
319!
On play action, it's Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and the Cowboys have recovered. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now, we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No
him.
one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. That was going to... He's got a man. Complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That goes for a gain of 31. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't...
Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And this is going to be Packer football.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Adams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Rodgers now on first down. And this is going to be incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now, a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So his third field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these threes into sixes.
And sevens, and probably even eights. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief, that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Tempo, baby, let's go. Let's go to work. Come on. Tempo, tempo.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Mike Daniels able to drop him for a loss of 4. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And avoids the contact by sliding. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th.
Tempo, tempo.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They go play action with Wilson. They'll roll, and the pressure gets to him again. Nick Perry in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Over here. Motion.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Give the tackle there to Keon Crossan.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now Rodgers. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
And now here come the Cowboys. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to go push it, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Tavon Austin taking it in. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Here's Bailey now for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that will bump the lead up to 26. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And left side here, it's Graham. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Rodgers. And able to find Graham. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a 1st down on that last catch as well. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Now a first down carry by Jones. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Packers get a score closer. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10.
Tempo, baby, let's go. Let's go to work. Come on.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Hey, boy, don't take forever, okay?
And they'll run it here. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And some space here. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. They go to Elliott again. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
14.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Dallas, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And